Hi, welcome back. Today we're going to take this bomber jacket technical flat that you made before and add AI generated patterns to it to make two different colorways, one that's black and one that's white. Let's jump in. I suggest saving a copy of your existing bomber jacket as a new project so you can always go back to your original. And if you want to see how I made this, check out this video. Decide on how you want to cut up the panels to make it more dynamic. You're going to use solids and a minimum of 2 different AI generated patterns to get the job done. However, you can add as many patterns as you want. Go to Object, Pattern, Generate Patterns Beta. That opens this window, and then go up to Window and open your swatches. And you'll see I have a library of AI generated patterns already in here, and you're going to provide a prompt to get started. So up here in the AI generated patterns window you can add other presets, but I'm going to just leave it alone for now. Give yours a descriptive prompt, something like this. Now hit generate. Once a pattern is created, select the collar and choose each one of these patterns, and what it will do is add them all to your swatches folder below, giving you the ability really to go back and forth and use these patterns later in all sorts of different ways. Alright, I like this pattern, but I want to change its rotation and scale. I'll go up to the object window, transform, rotate, and make sure transform object is turned off and the transform patterns turned on, and then you can freely rotate it. Looks good. Let's do the same for scale. Object, transform, scale. Make sure transform object is turned off. With transform patterns turned on, you can freely scale this up or down, and I think that looks pretty good. Okay, this next part is tricky. If you click on the other collar, you'll see that clicking once on the new pattern down here isn't enough. So I've already customized it, but it's not doing it. So you have to click it twice, but not a double click. It's like something in between clicking once and double clicking. So click and click again, and there we go. Now my new pattern shows up. And if I want to go back to that original one that I didn't rotate or scale, do the same thing. Click once, click again, and there we go. If you double click it, by the way, you're going to open up accidentally the edit pattern tool. We're going to use that function later, just a few minutes, but just cancel that up here if that happens. Now let's grab the pen tool, and we're going to create a yoke for this. And when using the pen tool, by the way, remember if you click on an existing path, it will make new anchors on that other shape. So you can do this in one of 2 ways. You can start in the middle and kind of click around and figure out where your yoke needs to be, but there's also an easier way. Grab it with your selection tool. Okay, and let's Alt-Option, click and drag, or just make a copy. Bring that copy over here. And let's find the scissor tool. Mine's hidden in the eraser. By the way, if you can't find it, go down to this options window here, and you can hunt for tools this way. Okay, with the scissors selected, click here and here, and that just cut the shape in half basically. Select the bottom, delete it, and then with the pen tool, you'll see this little slash appear. And if you click on that anchor, that's going to let you continue drawing the path. Then you can come over to the last point, click on it again, and that will close the path up. And what that does is make sure the stroke goes all the way around. Okay, so now you know this shape custom fits exactly where you want it. Moving over here, and let's add another pattern. So we can modify an existing pattern. Double click on one of these swatches. This enters pattern mode. And let's just add a couple shapes on top of it just for demonstration here. Put these 2 circles. Go up and save that. And you can see that saves as a pattern. And maybe it looks good, maybe it doesn't. It's all trial and error. And if you don't like it, double click back into it, delete, modify, change. But if you want to go back to that original one, you still have that swatch. Okay, so your goal with this project is to create a decidedly black bomber jacket and a decidedly white bomber jacket, utilizing 2 or more patterns and some solid colors. Cut up your design in any way you think looks good, and pay attention to the times when things originally looked kind of dark when you were doing it, but then as you started to add different tones and patterns, it started to look a little bit gray. And of course, go back and modify those patterns like I just showed you, create more patterns, and make this look dynamic and interesting. I'm going to fast forward through this process, and you're going to see me kind of dressing up both of these designs in the way that I think works for me, making one black and one white.